Hey, yo, guys, what's up? It's your boy Jesse. I'm coming to you today with another video. Today, I want to go over 5 things that I had to adjust to when I moved to the Philippines. These things are something I'm sure most of my American friends especially will need to adjust to. It's things that you will have to just accept as part of life. Some of these, it's a little easier to accept than others. One of them in particular, I still have a hard time accepting, and we'll go over what that is. That'll be number 1 because it is, in my opinion, the most important thing that I've still have yet to be able to accept. However, before I get into the video, guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button, because you liking and subscribing is the best way to ensure that I continue to make videos for you guys. It's the best way to support me and blah, 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 blah. You hear me say this every video. So yeah, hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and let's shoot for 1,000 followers. All right, we'll start with number 5 and go down. Number 5. Rice with every meal. Guys, you're just gonna have to get used to that. That is the most common food you're going to find in the Philippines. You're going to go to restaurants and there's going to be rice. The McDonald's here has rice. Every restaurant I've been to has rice. And if you go into some of these more local restaurants, you might get a burger, but if you don't ask for fries, if they have them, and you don't ask for them, you probably want to get rice as the side. It's not typically burgers and fries here. You can do that at the McDonald's here. If you go to McDonald's, you can order a burger and it comes with fries, but you can also order a rice as well. But almost every food that you're going to get at restaurants here is going to have rice. It doesn't matter what it is. It could just be veggies. It can be chop suey, and you'll still get rice with it. I guess rice is so common here because the Philippines, the people here, they don't have a lot of money. So rice is a good, cheap option. It's very filling. It's a good source of carbs, I think. If you want to get your carbs in, if you want to get your carb count in, get you some rice, because it's very common here. Rice is much cheaper here than it is in America. That's for sure. I think in America, I used to pay quite a bit of money for a sack of rice, of jasmine rice. And that was one of the more expensive ones that I could find from India. The jasmine rice here is one of the cheaper ones, but it's from Vietnam. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't eat rice that much, but I've learned to have to eat it. And what I finally started doing is I will take the food that I get. I usually get something that's more creamy, not as much soup, but creamy. And I put it on top of the rice. And I pat it down, because the rice will come in it's like they take it out of a bowl or something, and it'll come nice little stack. I don't know what the heck you call it. And then I'll just put my food, usually whatever I'm having, adobo, the beef and mushrooms, all that. Just put it on top, pat it down, and eat it like that. Maybe add in a little chili pepper, something like that, and it's good. Actually, my fiance's uncle and aunt, they started a restaurant this week. I think it was Monday. It's either Sunday or Monday. I started going there, and of course they have rice. They knew I didn't like rice as much as they did, but I still order rice because I like to support them. And my fiance's uncle knows I love spicy, and he said, yeah, go ahead, put it on the rice and then add some of that chili pepper. It's good, but don't add too much. This is like a little ass spoon, but not even a teaspoon. I just kept putting it on there. I'm like, this isn't enough. Well, I was so wrong. It's the first time I went to a restaurant that had food that could make so spicy that I could barely handle it. It's the first time they had to point the fan at me. I didn't realize it was that spicy. I told him a little bit goes a long way. So yeah, number 5 on the list, get used to having rice. Number 4, get used to Videoke. There's no way around it. Now, you guys know how I feel about Videoke. I've made many videos on this. I have a love-hate relationship with Videoke. If I'm drunk and I'm not feeling like I'm being too disrespectful to the neighbors, I love doing it. I don't like doing it on school days because kids need to sleep, and I guess it's okay throughout the day, but at nighttime and in the morning time, that shouldn't happen because kids need to be able to get their sleep. Parents need to be able to get their sleep in order to be recharged for the next day. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but unfortunately, as of right now, or fortunately, it depends on how you look at it, it is just a daily part of the Filipino life. You got to get used to it. I hear it all the time. I'm not hearing it right now, probably because there's so much rain coming down right now. But you're just going to have to get used to that. And when you go hang out with your Filipino friends or your Filipino woman or man and their family, you can almost guarantee they're going to pull out a Videoke machine and they're going to be playing. And now, luckily, my fiance and me, we have YouTube Premium, so we just find whatever song we want. And we bought our own karaoke machine. I don't know where it's at. She probably took it to Calibo with her. I don't know, because she left to go get some stuff. But we bought our own. It works really good. We connect it to the phone. We can pick out whatever song we want, karaoke version, and sing it. It's just something you will need to accept. And you don't have to sing. I've never felt pressured to sing. But when I see people sing, and then they'll be like, it's okay if you want to sing, it's okay. And then I get just enough drunk that I'm almost blackout, but I don't. Then I'm ready to sing. I've gotten better with that. Now I can do it a little more. It just takes time to get used to it. So yeah, you're going to have to get used to that, my friends, when you come to the Philippines and you're hanging out with your Filipino friends. And speaking of rain, which I spoke of earlier, number 3, going down the list, rain. You're going to have to get used to the rain, especially during the rainy season, the monsoon season. I think it's what it's called, or typhoon season. I think monsoon is somewhere else. I think it's typhoon season. You're going to have to get used to the rain. It rains a lot. This morning, I almost went back home from my walk because I felt the storm coming. I was walking by my fiance's uncle and aunt's their restaurant, and they said, hey, bro, you got to be careful. The storm's coming. I said, I'll be all right, whatever. I was going to cut my walk short, but I decided to at least walk to the ocean. I saw where the clouds were going. I knew I'd be fine, at least until I got back home, so I finished my walk like I normally would. But you got to get used to that. You're going to have to build your schedule around the fact that it's going to rain and you may not be able to walk. Or if you do want to walk, you're going to have to take an umbrella or wait until the rain's over or something. You will have to get used to the rain constantly coming down. Now, it's relaxing. Right now, I love the sound of this rain, and there's no brownouts. The brownout has not happened yet. I have some fear that sometimes when it rains, there's brownouts, no electricity. When there's no electricity, my whole day is ruined because there's stuff that I have to do. There's stuff that I need to do, and typically I need the internet for that. And if the electricity's out, I can't use the internet. So yeah, get used to the rain. Schedule everything assuming that it's going to rain, because you never know. Here in the province in Antique, it can be so sunny. I have seen this happen many, many times. It confuses the heck out of me. Sun will be out, bright and beautiful. 20 minutes later, it's pouring. I don't know how it happens. And then sometimes the sun will be out and it'll be pouring rain at the same time. It'll be doing both. Man, what is up with this weather? It can't make up its mind what it wants to do. Know that you might have to plan whatever you plan on doing around the fact that it could very well rain. Just out of nowhere, it could rain. All right, so then number 2, you got to get used to there being brownouts. Now, this isn't everywhere. I know Manila is much better at not having brownouts. I know that Cebu and some other places, when we're in Calibo it hasn't happened to us yet in Calibo, except once. And they're like little cities. Calibo is not that big of a city. Calibo would, for my friends in Kentucky, Calibo would be like Lexington in Kentucky. And almost every other place would be the province. But get used to the brownouts if you're in the province. It's going to happen. Sometimes it happens unexpectedly. Sometimes it's scheduled. Usually the scheduled brownouts happen when they need to repair something, or a rain just hit, a heavy ass rain just hit, and they're going to have to clean the place. They're going to have to do stuff to take care of the damage that has been caused by rains or floods, things like that. It's typical for this to happen at least once a month, if not more. I know here for the past few months, it hasn't happened as much. But when I first got here, which was in July, and I got here to the province in August or September, somewhere around there, brownouts started happening a lot. Brownouts were happening at least once every 2 weeks. And then there was floods that caused brownouts. There was all kinds of stuff that it was was all crazy. It was just, at least for me, it was hard to handle because I didn't know what the heck was going on. I'm terrified of floods. I don't like the dark. I got homework to do. All this is insane. I can't, it was hard to focus on anything. Luckily, my fiance said this is normal. This stuff happens. You're not going to die. You're not going to drown. It's okay. The electricity will come back on. And sure enough, it did. Everything ended up being okay. You just got to know that if you're coming to the province, there could be times where there's no electricity. So if you're depending on electricity for something, be warned that you might need, once again, to schedule that around something else. Because it could very well happen that the electricity goes out, the internet goes out, cell phone service. There's been times where cell phone service completely goes out during brownouts. I don't know why. I have no clue why that happens, but that happens too. And then guys, number one, this is the one thing that I've not gotten used to, and I refuse to buy a dog because of it. And it's keeping the dogs outside, or animals, they're pets. You got to get used to that. You got to accept that if you decide to live here, unless you can convince your fiance or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, husband, unless you can convince them to keep the dog inside, you got to get used to having your dog or your cat outside. I refuse to buy a dog because of that. I will not keep my dog outside. I don't do that. I want a dog. I want a big dog, a Rottweiler to be exact, who can live inside, know where his home is, know who his pack is, his owners, know who they are, and be able to protect us if anything happens. Rottweilers are tough breeds, tough dogs. I love Rottweilers. They're a little ditzy sometimes, but they are tough dogs. I will not get a dog because my fiance does not want to keep a dog inside. So I just refuse to get one. She wants one. I said no. If you want a small one that you want to keep inside or outside, either way, then I get a big one. Because I don't like small dogs. I mean, what the hell is a small dog going to do if someone breaks into your house? Bite their ankle? Just stomp on the little guy's head? I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't like, I don't want a small dog. Small dogs are just, they're fun. They're lovable. But as far as protection goes, the poor little guys will try to protect, but they'll end up getting seriously hurt in the process. And I don't like that. I want a big dog. Actually, if it was up to me, I'd have at least three Rottweilers, or at least one Rottweiler and two other big dogs. Maybe a German Shepherd and maybe a Bulldog. Maybe those three. But my fiance, no. And my fiance is so afraid of catching rabies. We had a dog. We had a Siberian Husky. We had it since it was a baby, since maybe, I think it was like a month old, maybe 2 months old. And it stayed inside, no contact with any animals whatsoever. We had it for 2 months, 3 months, and it bit her, and she freaked out and wanted to go get rabies shots. And I'm not going to handle that. I'm not going to deal with it. When I kept telling her, I know that the dog doesn't have rabies because I know how this stuff works, because I know how animals work. The dog had bit me when we were playing, that kind of stuff. I didn't get a rabies shot. I'm not dead. I was right. The dog's still alive. We gave the dog to her aunt. The dog's still alive. It didn't get rabies because it would be dead by now if it did. I would be dead by now if it had rabies and I had gotten the rabies from it biting me. I would be dead. That's my rant. Sorry, guys. I love animals. I love dogs. I love cats. I love chickens. You see me walk outside in the morning time, you will see I look like I have an army of animals following me from behind up until I get to the road. I have 2, 3 cats. So most of the time 2, sometimes 3. Just a bunch of chickens follow me. Sometimes there's a dog down the road, but he doesn't follow me because he runs all the chickens and cats back when they see the dog. But I look like I have an army of animals following me around outside. That's how much I love animals. I think it was St. Francis of Assisi for my Catholic friends. He literally took the passage in the Bible to like its fullest extent on preaching the gospel to everything. I think it was in the book of Matthew where he said, go and preach the gospel everywhere. Well, he preached the gospel to the animals, to people. I think he even preached the gospel to plants. So that's I guess maybe my patron saint should be Saint Francis of Assisi. I don't know. My patron saint ended up being Saint Peter. Anyhow, but yeah, that's number one. That's the thing I still can't get over, and I doubt I will ever get over that because of my love for animals. And I've had animals that have been much more loyal to me than a lot of my own family back at home have been. So that's my 2 cents on it. That's why I don't want a dog, because I'm not going to do that to a dog, because I know a dog is loyal to people no matter what. A dog will kill itself protecting the people it loves. So I'm not going to treat it bad and keep it outside. So there you go. That's it, guys. That's my top 5 things. I guess my lesson today is that no matter where you go, there are going to be things you don't like. There are going to be things that you're going to have to adapt to. Adapt to them. It's still fun. You know, I talk about these things that I've had to adapt to that are hard for me to overcome. I've talked about them, but I still live here in the Philippines. When I could move back to the USA, or I could move to Thailand. I could move to Vietnam. I think Vietnam is even cheaper than the Philippines. I could, if I wanted a more European nation, I could move to Romania. Romania is cheap. Those Eastern European countries are cheap. I could move to some of those places if I wanted to, but I don't. I still stay in the Philippines because I know no matter where I go, there are going to be things that I'm going to have to get used to. There are going to be things that I might not like. And there are going to be things that I might like, but no matter what, I'm going to have to get used to it. I'm going to have to change, and that's okay. Don't leave a country just because there's some things you don't like. Now, if there's some major things you don't like, then I guess if you want to leave the country, if there are things that you just can't feel you can compromise on, I can understand that. But give it time. Don't rush and think, oh, this is terrible, I'm out. Don't do that. It's not worth it. I mean, why would you want to even do that? It's boring. That's a boring life. Get out, have some fun, change a little bit, look at different perspectives. It's fun to do that. I can't understand why people just have a hard time understanding or realizing how fun it is to go out and to have fun and to go to other countries. And yeah, you might have to adapt to things, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting. So yeah, that's my lesson. Don't put a country down. Don't just leave a country just because you have to adapt to a few things. You're going to have to adapt to a few things no matter where you go. And if you don't like that, you want to just go back to the country you're from. That's all I can tell you. There you go, guys. What do y'all think? Am I right? For my Filipino friends, let me know. Do you agree with the list I had, or do you think that my views on things? I'm sure I have some Filipino friends who have quite a few strong views about the dog thing. Just let me know. Comment down below. And any of my friends from America, let me know what y'all think, or any other country. I'd love y'all's input. I love talking to you guys. As you can see on my other videos, I comment back on everybody's comment. And of course, guys, as always, know y'all are valuable and that you matter. And God bless and peace.